You could take a pick. Or you could take it in. Toyota Adventure Detours.
Maverick was born in the mountains, where we learned that around every corner, a new adventure is waiting. For nearly a century, we've been fueling sunrise hikes, discovering hidden trails, and pushing the limits of where we can go and what we can do. If there's a road we haven't explored, we drive it. If there's a promise on the horizon, we seek it. If it hasn't been done, we do it. Wherever your next adventure takes you, Maverick can't wait to join.
Oh, hey, what's up, Godzilla?
How those moguls treating you?
Not good.
Well, I'll tell you what, after today, I'm sticking to the greens.
You okay? You need a hand?
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Oh, that's better.
Much.
Rockstar's got a new vision. We've got a quarter pipe, hips, rails, whale tail jumps, anything you can imagine. We've got street park guys, Olympic gold medal slope stylists, half pipe specialists. We've all joined here in Breckenridge. We've got to try something new.
It's not the big spins that are going to get you anywhere. It's the style, the unique creativity, and like how you're going to use all the features.
Let's try and bring some style back into it, you know? Like, let's switch up the features. This event's just something different. I mean, we're here for the culture and the community. We want to show people, like, why we snowboard and, like, what feels good to ride.
The culture is the heartbeat of all of this, you know? And it really brings us all together. We get inspired by the culture. We get inspired by the people, the excitement.
The Rockstar Open. I'm here for it.
Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Rockstar Energy Open, coming at you live from Breckenridge, Colorado. I'm your host, Chris Grenier. I'm sitting down with Danny Davis and Stan Levier. And today, first off the bat, we got the VQS. How you feeling about that, boys?
VQS Video Qualifier. All these kids kind of made it through from a social media video part. Put together their best of the best. To try and get a spot in the old show here.
Yeah, we talked about how this contest doing something different here. Really one of the first true opens we've seen in quite some time, and this that we're about to watch is really that element that we're talking about. You know, these riders put their footage together. They had a panel of judges. I think it was like Eddie Wall and maybe Jeremy Jones, some valid people to decide who's gonna, you know, potentially make a name for themselves. And as we saw last night in the rail contest, like a Will Smith, Truth Smith, obviously VQS, who ended up getting on the podium. So a lot of storyline potential here with the VQS.
I love to see it. Well, let's check in with the riders themselves about the VQS and why it's rad.
I was really excited about the fact that it was an open. So that's the reason I submitted my video to the VQS, is the true open.
Just figured why not shoot my shot, try to get in. A couple of my friends were already in, and I was like, I really want to be there and be at that type of event. So yeah, I made a little video, made it to Breckenridge.
I think it's important to get a breath of fresh air into the majors, you could say.
It just gives everybody an opportunity. Like, anyone can go upload a clip or an edit.
It really gets to showcase the next generation and kind of provide them with an opportunity to come and ride, and also have light on the people who pioneered it for us.
There's really no other contest that you don't need a specific invite and to already be on a list.
Instead of the same 10 riders getting invited to every contest, new riders can come in and it will always change up the scene a little bit. And I think that's always refreshing.
Yeah, when I first heard about this video qualifier series, I was a little iffy. But when I saw the videos pour in, there was over 300 videos. There was 150 that made it onto the platform. There's 9,000 votes. So of the 300 videos, these are the guys and girls that made it through, and they're pretty elite. It's an elite squad. How do you feel about them?
Yeah, Chris, did you consider submitting a video, actually?
It would be vintage footage. Like, this is 12 years old, this footage.
You know, we've got this, when you look at this list of names here, you got some names that we're starting to see on the scene, maybe your Øyvinds, and, you know, I'm a fan of Yuto Yamada, but then you've got Sam Klein, of course, but you've also got some names that are really new to me, and I think a lot of the viewers at home, and I think it really provides that opportunity for a cool storyline here.
100%, and the blend of slope-style riders and street riders, and this course really lends itself to both. You got rails, you got transitions, you got the whale tail. So it'll be interesting to see who really shines in this thing, because it's a whole new type of contest.
And obviously it's easy to put a bunch of footy together, but do it out here on the course and really prove it.
Yeah, so let's talk about the format for a second too, because I know it's overall impression is how it's judged. You got to field of 10 riders, best of 2 runs, and the top 5 advance to the semi-final. So you got to put something down. You got to stay on your feet.
Yeah, and put something down that's impressive, but something that you can stomp and land cleanly. And you know, you've got a set of rails up top, set of rails at the bottom, and that's what I feel is always like tricky. Those are the ones that can just botch your whole run. Come off early.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any of that. So
I spoke with the judges earlier, and they're really fired up that it's not a FIS event. So they can just go crazy, let their creativity run wild. Let's take a look at the course. We got Jake Cantor, no slide back rodeo 5. He was going ballistic. This is what we call the whale tail feature. Little switchback 5er. Firing it up into a back 10. Okay, folks.
With time on that thing.
Yeah. Extremely fast. And then this is what's going to be a big separator here. The hip is a great method. Beauty. Into a nice quarter pipe. Dan, that's where you kind of shine.
That's going to be a big make it or break it feature for a lot of these riders.
100%. And then it does end, it got cut early, but it ends with the rails as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of these riders are going to put down a heater up top and then, you know, have to come in clutch on the rails.
And you know, the other thing I think for some of these riders that they got to be thinking about, you got to look at it like a marathon, not a sprint. You know, these riders are starting out at 9:15, but if they're pushing through to the finals, that's all day. So they got to really be thinking strategically about what they're going to do. Maybe keep a little gas in the tank early, but just enough to get that judge movement going.
Well said, Steph.
Thank you.
Let's head down to Alex Kakamo and see what's looking like boots on the ground.
What's going on? I'm down here at the Rockstar Energy Open. Vibes are at an all-time high. Colorado now finally has some snow falling. The riders are practicing. I'm feeling good. We got a crowd moving in. It's a beautiful day. I'm really enjoying it out here, drinking some Rockstar Energy, waking up, getting the morning started. It's an amazing day, jam-packed day. We had the Video Qualifier Series, a bunch of underdogs, dope riders, which makes this a real, true, open snowboard contest. They have a chance to compete against the top dogs. It's an amazing day. Back to you boys in the booth.
Love it. Well said, Alex. Yeah, we're going to check in with Brandon Davis, who got on the podium yesterday. It was a beautiful sight. He was on fire. Let's see what he has to say. Yeah, this is Brandon Davis's performance from yesterday.
Kind of surprised us all to some degree. I don't know why we were surprised, because he's such a ATV.
It's, you know, it's just part of his style. He's got this kind of sleepy, unassuming thing about him, and we're all happy to see him here. But I think as soon as he started really putting down, it was one of the more exciting moments of the whole night, you know, really getting that energy up all together. And now he's $15,000 richer, which just has to feel good.
Love seeing a contest that puts money in these riders' pockets. And I think with B. Davis, too, he just came off of Return, which is an all-powder film, which he was just riding powder. And snowboarding's become so specialized that you think the powder guys stick to the powder, the half-pipe guys stick to the half-pipe, and so on and so forth. But it's great to see somebody that is an all-terrain vehicle. But when we come back, we're going to get down on the VQS here at the Rockstar Energy Open.
Yo, where'd you guys park at?
When you shop in the Safeway app, you can count on us to be ready for pickup on time. Even if you can't keep your in-laws from showing up early.
You could take a pick. Or you could take it in. Toyota Adventure Detours.
Do it. And this is the course, you know, we're back here. It's full morning of action. Oh.
The crew pulling this off and building something super unique and fun to ride, just in general, is really fun.
I'd say the only thing I could see at a typical comp are the rails here, and then it's like quarter pipes, hips, new like whale tails.
I love the whale tail. I love that there's a hip and a quarter pipe. The hip is enormous. The course is really cool.
It's pretty insane. I don't think you've had a rail plaza like this either as a final rail in the contest ever. So it's pretty unique to say the least.
It makes you think outside the box, which kind of like, that's my bread and butter, man.
Look at the course, like it's a really it's a normal course.
I see a big flowy run that just looks fun to make your way through top to bottom. Like, it's not like your standard jump, 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 rail, rail, rail. We're gonna find out really here who can ride it all.
I'm loving this course, boys.
I'm psyched to see what goes down. I mean, after watching practice yesterday, I saw some, mellow combos. Like Dusty was out there doing his thing, but then you had Jakey Kantz throwing double back 10, cab double. It's going to be a mix-up.
Yeah, you bring up a great point, Dan. When we were watching practice yesterday, you had some riders like a Jake Cantor really technical, flipping off the rail. But then you also had, exactly like you said, Hendrickson, just sleepy style, pretty simple, but just beautiful. And I'm really curious to see how the judges are going to handle that.
100%. I actually spoke with the judges right before this, and they were talking a lot about overall impression. Again, this isn't a fist contest. It doesn't qualify you for the Olympics. So they really want to see the riders spread their wings creatively, do different lines. It's all about a good top to bottom composure. You know, you're painting a picture out there. What do you want to do with your paintbrush? You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. And I mean, I think not having each feature scored separately is going to play much better to what this course lends to. A real good flow. Just because you went spin on, spin off up top doesn't mean that that's going to crush it for that feature. You need to make a run that's going to impress the whole way through. Quarter pipe, hips, rails.
Another thing the riders were saying too is that normally the jumps are jackers. They're 80 foot, 70 foot, straight up. They're doing 1900s and things like that, 1980s. And now the jumps are smaller. So
and it sounds fun.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, so rare to hang out with a rider at a course like a contest and have them just genuinely be excited about what they're about to go snowboard on and be excited. It is really cool to see. And personally, I just love too that they just smack you with a rail plaza at the end. They're like, oh, you think you had a good run? Well, I hope you can make it through the rail plaza. We've got a stair set you actually have to get through before you can call this thing good.
Oh, you guys are accustomed to the Showtime booger? We're going to put a down bar at the bottom. And also some cool stuff we got going on. You can see these paintings behind us from 1910. This is Jamie Lynn and Scoff's company. They're doing some really cool stuff. They're doing a giveaway. So there's a QR code somewhere. Probably won't be on the screen. But if it is, I know that they're giving away these paintings. There's a chance to win these things, which is really cool. Yeah, we got some highlights we're going to throw too, because we got some highlights from the ladies yesterday at the Rail Plaza. Let's take a look. That's our third place finisher right there.
Yep.
And best trick, perhaps?
Yeah.
She could have best trick.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think a lot of these riders excited to get in there, kind of land some. It's nice. You come in, you do a couple board slides, you do the tricks, you know, with a chance to win a lot of money, and that's reminiscent of kind of the old days that we all hear about so much that I kind of missed out. Danny kind of maybe.
Danny cashed a couple checks.
It wasn't so much rail jams that I was successful at, but it's good to have open it up with a rail jam, something at night, get people excited for the weekend, and really open up this course. And the ladies, man, look at that.
Jess Perlmutter, first drop on the course, front board pressel, pretty much putting everyone on notice.
It's intimidating.
Yeah.
Intimidating. That's the future of snowboarding right there. Jess Perlmutter on a tear, 16 years old, just won 15 grand. That's a lot of money for a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And also, I love seeing contests. They're putting money in riders' pockets.
Yep.
You know, earlier, Sam Anderson, he got third place yesterday, and he's going to take that money. He won 5 grand, and he's going to use it to continue filming his video parts.
Yeah.
You know, and I love seeing that pure passion from these riders. Come here, secure the bag, and head back to the streets.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Funding the snowboard filming is, gosh, you just love it.
Love to see it. We're going to check in with our boots on the ground people down there. We got Kelsey Boyer. Let's see what she has to say.
All right, I have Emily O'Connor here, competitor from yesterday. You did absolutely amazing. How do you prepare for this contest mentally and physically?
A lot of time in the sauna, a lot of time just hanging out in the gym in the summer just to stay strong. It helps with injuries and healing from injuries if they do happen. But yeah, that's how I prepare. And then mentally just doing one scary thing a day. So that could be a cold shower, just one hard thing a day, I guess. So yeah, and then that's just the hardest thing you've done all day.
That's it. Just that. All of those things. That's what makes a true competitor. So thank you, Emily. You're so much fun to watch on a snowboard. And back to you guys at the booth.
You heard it. One scary thing a day, Stan.
Yeah, it's me looking in the mirror. You know, every day scares the shit out of myself.
You know what's not scary, though, is this course. It's fun. Except for the hip. The hip looks scary.
The hip is scary, yeah.
And I think you got some flat light, as you can see here. It's going to be a factor. You want to be able to see where you're going out there. So I know these riders are probably going to want some blue paint out there. They're going to want to know where they're at. And the hip, you're going to want to know when you're hitting the ground.
You know, I do shout out Pat Bridges. He's around here somewhere, but Pat Bridges back in the day at Super Park would really just be hardcore about that perfect line into the hip, and that's something I'm curious to see today. You know, the more that perfect in run on a hip gets dug out, the easier the riders have finding that perfect line, and it's really important for a good hip performance. I wish we had Bridges down there kind of barking at the kids.
All right, looks like our VQS is about to take way. We got our first competitor, Sam Klein. He's coming out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's known for the steel technician. He's a down bar obliterator?
Yeah.
Is that a...
Well said. Well said.
And he's, again, came in from the VQS, put down a heater part for the VQS, one of the first riders to submit a part, and here he is in Breckenridge, Colorado.
In some sunnies in the flatlet. Respect.
Love the red bonnet as well.
Yeah, I wonder if these are meta. We cut to a little POV of a meta angle. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, Sam Klein, just like, you know, he's someone who's just been doing it for so long. Some incredible spots, incredible footage, and like you just said, Chris, one of the first people to get that video qualifier up, and absolute no-brainer to add into this contest. And for that reason, kind of a cool person to kick this thing off.
Well said, and he's the elder statesman, 31 years old. All the rest of the competitors, we're looking at 19, 20, 21. You know, that's our average age range for the VQS. And he's the elder statesman, so got time on board. Let's see what he does. Dan?
Coming into the flat bar here, gonna start us off. Oh! Frontboard back rodeo to his back.
Wasting no time. Just jumping right in.
Wow.
You know, we were making big claims he was gonna flip at the rail jam last night, and he didn't, and I think he just made up for it.
He redeemed himself.
There. Yeah.
That's a flat rail too. That's not an up rail.
Yeah, that is a flat rail.
Oh, looks like he's just gonna...
He's gonna call this one.
Yep.
He's gonna just look to the next run. But I love the strategy of just coming out the gate. It's hard to be the first one to drop at a contest.
Yeah, let's take a look at a replay on this. One thing that's exciting is we have a telestrator, so we can circle things. So where things went wrong here, I think, is at the end of the rail. As you can see, my circle's totally not doing anything. But he missed his snap.
He missed the pop. He was kind of out of the middle of his feet, so he kind of was popping off the nose of his board.
Yep.
That's tough, you know.
That is tough. Yep.
It's first feature in the course, and you kind of, and I'm sure he laced that in practice. I didn't get to see it, but I'm guessing he's going to stop that.
Yeah, he's got room for improvement.
Oh, yeah.
But if he puts that down, the judges are going to go ballistic for that. All right, this is Tosh Krauskopf. He's riding for 1910. Up-and-coming ripping rider from BC.
Yeah, Smithers shouts.
Also not a person you're going to see in a contest like this regularly, so let's see what he puts down.
Coming in, choosing that same rail, coming off a little early, but kind of just makes it work.
Yeah,
a little 270 out. Yep. Kind of a little butter. Coming into the whale tail here, switchback 5.
Hits the sweet spot.
Front sev, tail, clean.
I like that.
Clean. I think we're going to see that combo often today. Coming into the hip. Tricky in the flat lie, back 5, legit. Woo. Wow. QP, nice front side 3.
And coming in switch to the rail island. Oh, taking some heat. Can he tie it all together? Switchboard 2.
Okay, Smithers.
That's
all
a
right.
T to B right there, folks. That's a T to B. He came off a little early on the rail, but like he made it happen.
He was flowing.
Yeah. And that's what you got to do, I think, in this event. If you do have a little hiccup, don't let it ruin your run. Like, just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect switchback 5. Finds the sweet spot into a frontside 7 tail grab right here. Nice little head dip. The thing that got me on this is the back 3 or back 5 on the hip.
Back 5 on the hip. This is tough, folks, to keep it not sending you to the flats. Nicely done. He can take a little more speed in next time. He's getting comfy. A little front 3 on the QP.
This is a solid run.
Yeah, and like kind of cool to set himself up switch for this rail. You know, he didn't do too much moving around before the end feature there. Really good, smooth flow there.
The judges like when you don't revert. They like when you keep your same stance into the next feature.
And there's a lot of space between that QP and that rail set up at the bottom, so you know.
I got to say, I interviewed Jamie Lynn not too long ago, and one of his favorite up-and-coming riders is Tosh Krauskopf, which, to get the nod from Jamie Lynn.
Ooh. Yeah. You like that.
Yeah. You know he's
well
good.
done, Tosh.
I think that's kind of also just that run kind of letting everyone else know, like, okay, we're here. You know, we're in the VQS still, and he kind of just banged us over the head with a little something. So I think even the big dogs that are coming later might see that and be like, oh.
Yeah, back 5 on the hip is that's a move.
Yep. It's always tricky for the judges, too, because on the first run that's put down, where do you start? That's a starting point for the judges, something to build off of. Our next rider is Yuto Yamada coming out of Japan. Japan has a healthy contingency of some of the most talented riders on the scene right now.
Slopestyle and halfpipe, they just stacked with good riders.
Yeah.
Every podium's got a Japanese kid on it.
Yeah, I know Yuto, kind of a sender, you know, really, something's wrong with his fear calculator. And I think we hopefully will see that today.
Dropping into the front board 270 on that flat rail, laces it. Here's the whale tail feature coming in regular footed, normal stance. Front 1 alley-oop, a little bit of a knuckle, but carrying some speed into a switch backside 5. I love the dip on that one. You can tell he's locked in. Now this is the hip, this is the transition section. Launching!
There we go.
Wow!
There we go.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Now we're cooking. A little surfer on the news, layback. Can you tie it all together?
Oh, yeah.
Back 2! Oh, man. Woo! All right, it's happening here.
Big, you know, like, and that's going to be the hard part for the judges. Like, you had a back 5 on the hip, and then you had just a huge straight air on the hip. And, like, for me, I'm loving to see a big backside air on that hip, so I almost kind of...
Oh, that was a back tail 270. Came from the right side of the rail, making that significantly more difficult. Didn't notice that from the other angle. Front 1, little Mark Frank Montoya-esque right there.
Oh, yeah.
That switchback 5 dipper. This is a really solid run. And this, to me, the back 2's great.
But they're going to... I'm assuming they're going to bring us back to the hip.
Love to see that.
Would love to see that amplitude.
And watching him...
And as you can see, he stomps right here. He just absolutely stomps, you know? Take note of the stomp.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh. Dude, that hip's somebody's gonna reach the end of that thing.
Stan, what do you think would happen if you tried to go that big on the hip?
I think I would explode.
Yeah.
In midair, just kind of a complete miscomprehension of what was happening. Complete Stranger Things upside down world ensues.
69.33, so the judges are kind of liking that big air on the hip as opposed to maybe tricking and going a little smaller.
That was one of the better runs I think we may see in this VQS. That was really, really impressive.
The back tail 2.7.
All right, we got a Finnish rider, Elias Hamalainen, dropping in. Switchback 270.
Greasy.
Oh, yeah.
Cab 5, getting a little stuck mid-air, but pulling it back Sev.
Note the cab 5 off the toes, hard way. Alley-oop, some may call it.
Little hip air crail.
Crail, shout out Danny Cass.
Boom, little frontside invert. We like to see that.
I think that was a Miller flip, yeah.
Okay.
Right? You go to fakie. Not to be the trick police, I'm sorry. Switchboard 270. Okay, these guys are fired up.
Through the kink. Like to see it.
Wow, they're locked in.
What we're going to want to see on that hand plant, you know what I'm going to say, Dan? Was it coping?
Yeah, it was it was a tough angle to see. For us, switchback 2 here on this first rail, opening it up.
That was elite right there.
Yeah, that looked easy.
That looked 2007 Chris Grenier right there.
Yeah, a little more hinge I'd have on that.
Ditched a little too much speed on that.
Does he have coping?
Ooh.
We want to go a little higher.
Folks, if you're going to do a hand plant in a competition, you want it on that lip.
Thumb over the deck on that flat bottom.
Which is this right here, though? Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on
Grease
now.
monkey.
Okay. It's greasier than a McDonald's fryer basket right there.
Well done. Put it down, first run, like little jitters,
55.
Solid.
I think, that transition, the Miller flip, I think that maybe is where he got docked a little bit. But everything else.
Yeah, maybe the jump features kind of like
hip left a little
away from him.
Left a little on the table.
The hard part with those hand plants, man, coming out of a hip and just knowing how fast to go to get to the top of that lip.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
We got an Australian.
Yeah, we like to see it, Jesse.
Jesse Parkinson.
Okay. I knew it was coming.
Come on now.
Yep.
A board slide backy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Boardy underflip, maybe?
Yeah,
something like that. Little cab 5 undie.
Cab 5 into this back sev.
Yep.
Coming into the hip. Jesse, what do you got? Take it to the moon, please.
Oh, he's got the launch codes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. I got a little.
Another thing you can't tell from here, that thing's firm.
That thing's firm.
It's not a spring hip.
Hair flat light. A little snow stake there down at the bottom.
Opts for the triple kink and greases it.
Yeah, I've really been impressed. You know, I kind of thought that this rail section was actually going to give these riders a little bit more trouble,
But
right?
it's kind of been like the banger ender of every run.
Dan, let's take a look at this whale tail. I'm going to give you the teleprompter. Why don't you use the pen and just kind of demonstrate what's happening?
Okay, you're going to want to land here, folks.
Yep.
Okay, not up on that knuckle. And then you're going to see a lot of combos here. I think it's going to be a lot of 7s on this jump. But I think the biggest thing you want to do, buddy, here is you want to go straight into that hip.
Yeah.
I think we need
no speed checks.
You know, coming up a little short here, bummer, but he made it happen.
Another thing, these things are close together. You know, you got to be on your feet, ready to go, looking ahead. If you have a little bobble between, it'd be disastrous.
The landing of that first whale tail, too, it's kind of skinny. It's a little pinner. So spinning, you know, especially going cab into that thing, and it's going to get tricky for some of these combos. Luke Ferry out of Pennington, New Jersey. Shout out, Jersey.
Shout out, Jersey. Just Perlmutter, Jerseyite.
Danny Cass as well.
Love it. A lot of good boarders out of Jersey.
Katie Kennedy.
Humphreys.
Who will be in the booth with us at some point today. Tim Humphreys, great point.
We got riders from all over the world. We got another American rider dropping in. Front lip to tail, 270 out.
Clean.
Heading into the whale tail.
Good speed here. Todio.
Okay. Switchback rodeo. Tuck knee. Some would call it Japan. Taking some speed into the hip.
Back 5 again. It's good to see people spinning on that thing early on in this event. So I'd love to see it.
Proper stalefish. Can he tie it all together? On the rail island, the plaza, nose press, back one. Wow.
Love to see that.
Solid.
Solid run.
Is it enough to get him through? What do you guys think?
Well, I like the combo on the whale tails, the Todio to back road Japan. I mean, we haven't seen that combo yet. We've seen some switchback 5, back 7. This is greasy too.
Yeah, starts off nose blunt, goes to front tail, 270 out. Note the grab on the switch backside rodeo here. The tweak, if I was a judge, I'd take note of this. Whoppa! That's what you're looking for right there.
Yeah, you know, these, like we said, 5 people are making it out of this. You get 2 runs, whereas the rest of the day, the riders kind of get 3. So, you know, these VQS riders, they're not cutting them any breaks. You know, you kind of got to get in there, show what you got. And I think Mr. Ferry's going to be pretty happy with a run 1.
That's a contending run.
Yeah,
sure. Nose press back 1 to end it off, and I honestly think the plaza at the bottom, I'm starting to think this is the way to end it.
Yep.
You know, don't end it with a jump, end it with some steel. These guys are all great.
It's also great for the spectators too, because it's something you can see.
Bam.
81-33,
new leader. So the judges were rewarding the variety of tricks, the switchback rodeo. That's what a good run's all about, the full pull, the flow.
And just some steez, you know, that Japan grab, the kind of buttery first rail. Love to see some style in there.
All right, Brooklyn DePriest taking his first run of 2. Getting things fired up for the VQS heat here.
Coming in, switch stance, cab 2.
Yep.
Hard way.
Hard way cab 2 to regular. So you got off the whale tail, off the toes, front 7 melon. To back 10.
Yeah,
first 1080, folks.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Brooklyn, you did it. You opened up the 1080 portal. Boom. Backside Indy, pretty good size air right there. Little
Rip Daddy.
Crippler's going to be a popular one on that QP. Into this triple down.
Wow. No slide pretzel to end things off. Another good run.
Wow. That was
hands
He's
up.
got to be happy with that one. I mean, wow. The cab 2 up top. Too. I watched a lot of practice yesterday. That's a lofty cab 2.
Yeah.
Up and over this thing.
You got to be really careful to not ping
Yeah, and the patience that they have on these cab 2s, incredible. Back 10, sort of double dipped there. Coming in to this QP is going to be the crippler, a little crippler Indy.
Flawless.
Yeah.
This is a high-risk move going to the triple kink at the end, too. You know, it's a lot more risky to go on that than it is the standard issue, the government issue down bar.
That was contest make.
Yeah.
Super clean.
Nose was on. And honestly, actually watching that replay, he did a better job standing on there than I had originally thought.
I was going in on my own.
87.
We got
new leader.
Yeah.
Wow, 87.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Wow. The leaderboard shuffle. Wow. It's happening.
It is a
Brooklyn 19.
You know, it's hard to be a judge when everybody's landing. All right, this guy won best time. He got himself on the podium in the rail jam. He's a VQS qualifier, one of Canadians' finest riders. He's on the national team. Actually, I'm not sure if he is, but he's close if he's not. Slopestyle dog.
He is in our hearts.
He could be if he wanted to.
But he rocked into the rail jam too, just like, yeah, I'll do this thing. He was kind of a last minute addition, so good to see Truth come out and kill it. Front 2, 4/5.
I believe he's goofy.
He's goofy.
Cab 2.
Okay, sorry.
4/5 coming in, switch stance into the whale tail. A chicane, Todio type of maneuver to a back 7. You know he's got that all day long.
Dude, yeah. Look at that stomp.
Too easy for the kid. He's opting to go right on the Japan Air.
Japan Air.
Okay. I like that.
There's that crippler.
There's that crippler.
I like
Crippler's stale. He kind of went skyhook on him.
Yeah. Oh, that's solid. He looks confident.
He's feeling good.
He looks confident.
He had a lot of pep in that step.
I think the new kids would say he's got some drip.
Yeah, that
Got a
was
little bit
drippy.
of drip on that.
That was drippy.
Yeah.
Especially up top.
I'd like that run if I was a judge. Wow.
That's, boys, what do you think? That's kind of top
Let's
contender,
take a look at the replay. This is the 4/5 commish off the end. Cab 2 landing on that back foot, yanking that 450 out.
Boy, he made that 450 just look too easy.
Tail grab, didn't notice that on that. Almost a chicane, more of a Todio.
Back 7 roast beef between the legs.
Oh. These are the refined tricks. These are the little nuances. Going for a Japan Air. You know, that's the essence of the sport right there, Japan Air.
Boom, little crip. I'd like to see that a little beefier next run.
Yeah.
But laying it down nonetheless. And just like,
look at this stomp.
Look at this stomp. Dude, that to me, that's what it's all about, that afterbang. You know, shout out Lucas Magoon.
Yep. It's a confident snowboarder right
Boom.
there. 92.
92.
Do it. I like that score for Struth.
yeah, he looked cozy. He's having fun. And I think it's nice. Lay one down. He's going to put together a heater for next run.
We're going to check in with Truth. Cac's down there with him. Let's see what he has to say.
What's going on? I got Truth Smith, the wild card. Not expect to ride the rail jam today, but you came in here firing. How can you describe this course as being a little bit more unique than what you're used to?
It's honestly probably the funnest course I've ever got to ride. There's a combination of big features, little features, medium features. Yeah, there's honestly nothing like it. So shout out to the crew. Charles and his squad are always on it.
That's awesome, man. Is there any specific feature out there that you love that is something that you're attracted to?
I really like the whale tail. It's just like you can just have fun on that thing. But I love the rail pad at the bottom. Like I know it's slopestyle, you only do one trick, but if we could just shred this thing for like a couple hours with the squad, it's epic.
Heck yeah, you heard it here first. We got Truth Smith back to the booth. Thank you, buddy. We got a lot going on
Young
today. It's
legend.
a jam-packed performance.
We got a young legend, Truth Smith. We're going to take a look at some of his highlights from yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Rocking that run-through-wall nasal strip, as you can see. Going board slide to board slide. He was on fire. And he's letting that confidence roll into today, as you can see.
And he's a competitor. I think, you know, competitors really shine in some of these scenarios where some of the kind of street filming riders, it's hard for them to get in that contest mode, but not Truth. He just showed up, got a spot in the rail jam, and was just like, I know exactly how to roll this.
You know what it is for me with Truth? It's the trick selection. Oh, looks like we got our top 5 on the left of the screen here. Stan, you want to walk us through it?
Yeah, well, we just saw Truth Smith kind of taking that first place spot, absolutely deserving. Number 2, of course, Brooklyn DePriest. 3rd spot, Luke Ferry. 4th, Yuto Yamada, and Elias in that 5th spot right now. So I'm assuming we're going to see a little bit of a swap because we got run 2 here. This is their final opportunity to switch things up. But, you know, as it stands, those are the 5 that would be making
Looks like Sam Klein must have got hurt on the back rodeo. He dropped out, so we're right into Yuto here. Dropping in goofy footer from Japan. Cap 270. Hanging on to it.
Well done.
Yep.
Boom, cap 5, whale tail.
Nice back.
You got that nice melon dip on those. It's a thing of beauty. Ooh! Yep. That looked pretty large. Always hard to say from the drone angle. A little crippler there. Oh no! Oh. And see, that's the flat light, folks. Yep. He just got flat lighted.
That's disappointing right there.
That stinks.
He landed everything.
Yeah, that stinks. When you're putting together a good run and a little undulation in the snow gets you. And,
little snow snake.
Little snow snake, if you will.
You got to watch out for those things.
Yeah,
We're going to just jump right into our next competitor, Tosh Krauskopf.
This is.
Oh no, they're reverse ordered. Oh.
No,
okay.
we that was Yuto Miyamura.
Okay.
So this is going to be our final dropper, Øynind Kirkhus.
Thanks, Stan.
Yeah, of course.
That.
Nope.
Øynind's kind of up and coming, I would say, on the Burton team. He's kind of been a loud voice over the last 2 years, kind of one of the younger kids coming up on the team, and a lot of good stuff coming out of this kid. Great energy.
I've heard him referred to as the new Torstein, which is a high praise.
Whoa.
Absolute terminator of a slopestyle course. Let's see what we can do here in park style.
I mean, the Norwegians, there's a lot of good Norwegians, so I know we can see a lot out of this young man.
Vikings blood.
Yeah. Boom. 2-7 off.
Making it happen.
Yeah.
Really muscling that one out.
Boom. Switchback road.
Yes. Alley-oop
Switchback, yeah,
road
kind of
too.
the hard way. Kind of got stuck. That trick, that happens. You miss the pop on that thing, you can get stuck upside down on that trick. That's why that one is kind of scary to learn.
He's so consistent, I think, for his second and final, he should be able to find it.
Boom. Blaster, front one on the hip. Look. Oh,
calling that a Hawken or is cap 7?
That was Hawken. That's a Hawken flip.
That was a lot. There's very Danny Davis-esque right there. Oh, flawless.
Oh.
Øyvind. We're going to look to the next round for Øyvind for sure. I know we got more
Øyvind
to see out of him.
Last name actually means church house.
Oh,
in Norwegian.
Okay.
Yeah, a little fun fact for you guys.
There you go.
So we've got Church House and then we have DePriest here.
Switchback rodeo.
Switchback rodeo
Looks like he got stuck right there. So you can see that he basically wants to land in the middle here. But what he does, he actually didn't get his rotation. So he got stuck upside down, took it a little deep.
Yeah, a little deep.
He didn't get his shoulders going.
And you don't want to go deep on this first feature because it just gives you that much less time to set up for the next jump that is 10 feet in front of you. But this
Take note of the swag on the landing here. That's
nonchalant.
That's what we call swag right there. Yeah, that's it.
Thing of beauty.
Yep.
Oh, that's TV. This is good TV, Chris.
Yep.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at our leaderboard real quick.
Yeah, look at him. He's like, bring me back to the top. Unfinished business. I got to show these guys I got a little more swag left.
Yeah, that was the last rider of the Heat 1. So we got Truth, Brooklyn, Luke, Yuto, and Elias, our top 5. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Everyone loves Corduroy's plush convertible bean bags. When it's time to rest, there's a bed inside, filled with our proprietary blend of hypoallergenic foam. Corduroys are American-made with washable covers and a lifetime guarantee since 1998. And now is the best time to get your corduroys during our limited time sale. So visit corduroys.com now. Corduroys is where life unfolds.
Skis. Should we hit a little two-skip action up there?
Yeah, I got a couple more runs left in me.
Yeah, it's pretty thin, but preseason vibes.
Oh, I know. We're definitely bushwhacking. Came right through that bush.
Yo, where'd you guys park at?
The Rockstar Energy Open is brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drink. Maverick, adventure's first stop. Safeway, where fresh and local foods help fuel you for the epic moments on the slopes.
Shot. All right, we got True Smith. We're looking at some highlights. It's a Cinderella story. Came in from the VQS. Look at the trick selection. Let's talk about the essence of snowboarding here with these tricks. Dan?
Got that 450 out up top. And, you know, at the roast beef on the back seven, Japan on the hip, and just, like, looking comfy, having fun. Crippler, stale.
You know what it is for me? It's the nuance, right? You can kind of get a stock run, but then you kind of get in these little add-ons, and that's what we're seeing here with Truth. These nice little add-ons, whether it's the roast beef, you know, what it be. But that's what's obviously impressing those judges. Put Truth into that 92 spot, but we're back at the top. Final kind of opportunity for these riders to push through. Top 5 are going on to go against the big dogs. We're back at the top of the order. Sam, Klein, little back massage run 1. Maybe he's feeling a little looser now.
Yeah. He's locked in. He's got the eye of the tiger right now coming in. Are we going to see the front board? Backside rodeo 7. Come on now.
Okay.
Little hand drag.
Okay.
Minor butt touch on that one. We'll take it. Going butter pad.
Oh. Speeding up, little Mario boost.
Border cross.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Laid out backy.
Lay it out for the fans.
Yep. Fans love that.
Coming to the hip, left side. Oh! This is just a backy-thon.
Wow. Michael Chuck called. Little frontside carve. Rob Machado. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Big back 2.
Little back Doseki.
Oh, way to put one down, Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, when you try to go back rodeo off a flat bar, you might end up on your keister.
I gotta slap some respect on that. We're gonna jump right into our next rider, Tosh Krauskopf. Again, got the nod from Jamie Lynn. You know he's got the talent. Can he put it down for his second and final run, boys?
Yeah, you know, we'll find out. A little Krauskopf bagosh, I'm kind of thinking
Bit
about.
of a stretch, but we'll take it.
Quite a stretch indeed, Chris. Yes, quite a stretch. But yeah, you know, if Jamie Lynn's kind of giving you props, it's almost like that's almost gotta be hard to come back from. That would almost be a curse.
You basically already won the contest at that point. You won life. Again, repping 1910.
Smithers, BC. Yeah. Which, you know, are they jibbing up there? Because, like, quite a bit out of this young man on the steel. He's getting that tune right, getting in the vibe. You know, you got to do that before you drop for a run, folks. Yeah,
a little shot for the fam at home.
It looks a little windy. Maybe he's letting the weather do its thing for a second here.
It's a veteran move.
It's.
Yeah, he's got to make the semifinal. This run's big. Got a 40 on his first run, looking for some improvement. He has the tricks to do it. He's got the skill set. He's got the swag. Can he put it all together?
Yeah, he's just waiting for these wind flags to just get a little less movement in him.
Dan, you've been up there before. What's going through your head in this moment?
You know, and I mean, when the flags are doing that, you're kind of just like talking to the starter up there, and you're like, give me, and then the starter's like, yeah, take your time, bud. That looks terrifying. I mean, you're seeing the flagging off the lips. But it looks like it's calming down a bit. And you know, the rad thing with this, the hip's really the only thing that's going to bother you in the wind. You know, the jibs and the whale tail is not like too much air time, so kind of a decent course for the conditions today. Okay.
All right, he's getting fired up.
He's good.
Nice shaka.
Coming into this flat bar off the bat.
And switch stance, cab 270 on, 4/5 commish. Come on now.
He saw truth and he matched that. Switchback 5 stale. Melon. Front 7 tail, taking it deep. Coming into this hip. Gonna go backside 5-7.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Back 7 on the hip. That's gonna scare some of the other riders.
All right, can he put the chef's kiss on the run right now? Switch, blunt slide, 270 out. Stomp, looking like Tommy Gesme on that landing. That's a confident, oozing style run right there.
That's gonna be, that's top 3.
Oh yeah.
That's top 3.
That's big.
That's top 5. That's all we need. That's all he needs, folks, to move on to the next round here.
Coming in from the VQS, submitted a video. Here he is. Cab 270 on, 450 off. Middle of the binding, completely stomped.
Switchback 5 there.
Sweet spot.
Front 7.
With the tail.
You know what I like? These riders aren't wearing bibs, too.
Oh, yeah?
Or whatever you want.
Dude, that is a risky.
Yeah.
Why is that risky?
There? Because it's very easy to get on that toe edge and send yourself down to the flats. And he had no problem coming down this cab board. 2-7.
Swag right there.
Pretty.
This is just a refined move. You can tell he's dialed in. Perfection. That's how you dream about doing that trick right there.
Yeah, he just leans on that back foot, puts it down. Beautiful run, young man.
Yeah. Now the judges are going to take their time with this. It's important. These guys want to make it to the semifinal. 84.
There you go.
Bumps him into the 3rd spot.
Attaboy, that's all you need.
They're taking the top 4 into semis.
Top 5, I believe.
It's 5.
Top 5.
Fake news.
And so, but 3rd, it's a comfy spot to be sitting, but still bumpable with names like we see here.
Like Øynind hasn't put down a run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room for this thing to move around. Yuto.
Yeah, the talent's stacked. It's a long course.
And here we got Yuto Yamada. You know, and watching him in practice yesterday, and then that first run that he just put down, it's like he worked out some of the kinks, and I mean that literally. You know, when we were watching him in the rails yesterday, he was getting his bearings a little bit. You wouldn't know it looking at his first run.
Yeah. Yuto, no stranger to contest, eh?
Not at all. Back tail 270. That was flawless. Getting his tail up and over for a backside lip slide.
Oh.
Front 1, taking it deep, but finds the landing gear into a switchback 5. I would call that tail.
Pull that tail in.
Yoink.
Beauty. Coming into the hip. Backside. Ooh, you love to see a lofty alley-oop, folks. That might be my favorite trick. Yuto putting one down. Boom.
Oh, that's a big run.
Held on to it.
That's a big run.
Held on to it. Life on the edge.
The alley-oop on the hip, that's a scary one. It's you're flirting with the deck, and you're trying not to pop too much and go down to the flats. That's a risky trick, and he should get rewarded for that one. This back tail.
Textbook.
Dude, just waiting on it, sitting on it.
The patience.
It's amazing.
Here's the frontside alley-oop.
Oh, look at this. Thing of beauty, folks. One of my favorite maneuvers to do. It just feels good to lay into that Indy. A little slash, not bad.
You like the slash, Dan?
I mean, it's, you know, I don't think the judges love it, but I understand it. You're coming into that thing mobbing, and it just feels flowy to just slash it.
Look at the amount of velocities coming off of this kink rail with. He's got to muscle it through.
Watch this heel edge hang on. Oh my, he almost got snow snaked.
That's ice water veins. To put that down after linking everything together and find his landing gear.
He's got to be happy with that one. So he's sitting in the 5th spot, that bubble spot. So hopefully he can bump himself up a little bit here.
Needs to kind of get a 70 or up.
Yeah, I think he could bump into the 80s with that one. That alley-oop was pretty fresh.
Again, the Japanese are known for going huge. Yuto did not disappoint with that frontside alley-oop right there.
I would love to see more people letting it breathe like that on there.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying, and it's what's different about this contest. You don't see the hip in a slopestyle course ever, and so it's fun to see that. There you go. 83 bumped himself up one spot.
Yeah, that's going to land him in 4th.
He's got to be happy.
Sounds like they did like the slash.
They gave him more.
Seems like they did like the slash.
And that's part of this, man. It's a flow. You want to look good out there. You don't want to just catch a foot of air on a quarter pipe just because it's there. Slash it.
Yeah.
Flow going. I like it.
All right, we got Elias Hamalainen from Finland. Coming with that switch backside 270 to regular. He steps it up from his first run. He went to switch on that first run.
It's harder to bring that thing back, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Kind of a underflip to back road. Switch nose, tail grab there. Coming into the hip. A little crail on that thing.
Shout out Danny Cass.
There's that Miller flip.
Hard toe side across the course right here.
Yeah, all the way.
Oh, wow.
Oh, two.
Oh,
boom.
My.
Psyched on that, and he should be. That was greasy.
Making Finland proud with that run right there. And they're used to this flat light up there.
That's no problem.
Or no light.
Or just darkness. I think it's more about darkness up there.
On the second and final from the VQS.
Switch back to like it in his sleep.
To regs. And again, you kind of have to land on that front foot in order to bring that back. But I really love the switch backside rodeo, switch nose grab off of this. Taking a page out of Rene Renekongas' book right there.
That's a fun trick. If there's any kids watching this, learn that one. That one is such a good go-to.
No, on the crail, you know, you get your nose crail kind of guy, or
right? It's a bit of a question.
That was 05 approved, right?
Yeah. Some Louis Vito, Steve. Boom, cab. 2-7 out.
Bit of nostalgia with the nose crail, you know? Old grenade videos.
Yeah.
Ode to the past.
Oh, yeah. Egan Wint does those.
Yeah.
Boom.
72. So he is in that 6th spot right now. Unfortunately, looks like he will not make the final, but he's got to be proud of that run.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he put one down, put 2 down.
Wow, Boost Mobile helmet at Breckenridge. What year is it, Danny?
Well, that's Australia for you, folks.
Oh, man.
Jesse Parkinson going front lip. Oh, he feels like he just missed. You know, I want a little more out of there. Cab 5, Mellon. Taking it a little deep. This back sev. What's he got for us on the hip? Let it breathe.
Yeah,
baby.
just let it breathe.
Let it bark.
Boom. Mellon. This is a tricky combo, folks. Hip into a quarter pipe, not your typical features. This comes off a little early. He's kind of just saying like that. Bugger.
Yeah.
I think he's like, mate, that wasn't it.
He did launch that crippler. That's one thing I did.
That was the biggest crippler we've seen of the day.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that more and more. Here's this lip. He just got a little like back seat or something. I think he wanted a little spin out of there.
Yeah.
Kept it flowing with the cab 5 into the back 7. Yeah,
pretty popular combo on those.
It's gonna be a popular combo today. I want to see this crip, man. Took all his speed.
Take a look at this crippler.
Boosty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Guarantee Mike Yoshida missed the photo of that, though.
And this just got away from him a little bit. And
Yeah.
That's what's tough going for that triple down, man. That's a long rail, a lot of things that go wrong on that one.
Looks like the judge is going to give him a 41 for run 2, so he will not make it into the semifinal. But it's a long road to get here from the VQS. You know,
Yep.
these riders should be proud.
300 vids submitted, 9,000 people voted, cash was given out, and it all has led to this moment here and the chance to move on, you know, to the semifinals and go against some of their idols.
So we got Luke Ferry right on the edge in that 5th place position with the 81.33. Not necessarily safe, you know.
No.
You're going to want to step it up right now.
And I'm certain he's got a little more in the tank here that he's going to throw down.
Regular footer coming all the way from New Jersey. Looks locked in.
He almost looks like he's contemplating, like, should I just go crazy right here? Make this semifinal? And I think you should, bud. Snow's coming down. It's good to see some snow flurries in the air. It's not always ideal contest weather, but good for the mountains nonetheless. Here we go.
Regular footer dropping at that nose blunt to tail slide, 270 out. Absolutely laced. Feels good to start the run with some confidence. I love the Todio 5 heading into a switch backside rodeo, tuck knee Japan.
Ooh, wow. Attaboy.
Wow.
Pulled it. We got a heater going right now.
She's flowing.
It's flowing into the hip. Back 5 melon. Taking all that speed into this front side stale.
Like the poke.
Got a little skate tweak.
Can he tie it together front 2?
Okay. That feels good.
That's a good run.
Is it enough to move up, Stan?
You know, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. I just don't know. And that's why I wouldn't make a good judge.
Well, you're always judging, but you wouldn't be a good snowboard judge.
That's correct. I am always judging. You know, for me, it's like the stalefish poke. I'm not actually super into the body thrust movement on that, but up top, solid run. The 540 on the hip, obviously. Maybe not the loftiest that we're going to see today, but landed nonetheless. And yeah, here we go into this, like, oh no, no stalefish needed. And the 270, you know, just a little wonky there, but able to hold on to it. There's been a lot of talks of the contest make, and obviously clearly in the parameters of that. But yeah,
pretty similar to the first run.
Yeah, but I'd say very solid. You know, link everything together. If I was filming that front 2 at the end, I would ask my filmer, can we use that? Can we make that work?
Yeah.
But he's sitting in that second spot, so
we moved up.
4th. Okay.
Got a little padding.
Okay. Sitting in that 4th spot.
4th spot.
He's got a lot of stallions coming behind him, though.
He's now going to just have to cross his fingers for the rest of these runs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Up next, we got Brooklyn DePriest dropping right now. Sitting in 2nd place. Hardway cap 270 to regular.
Beauty. The waiting game on that is just impressive. Boom, off the toes, little short on that front 7. Not going to bother him too much, though.
Little Nucky Sando on that.
Yeah, bothered him a little more than I thought. He definitely didn't want back 3 there. Boom, nice backside air. Lofty traveler. Crippler Indy. Coming into the rail section. Can he just finish it out here? Gap.
Look at the patience.
That was
beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, again, similar as his last run, little nose heavy on that down, but, you know, makes it all the way through to the end.
Sort of safe in that 2nd spot.
Sitting on an 87.
But nobody's safe with this VQS lineup we got.
I think his first run's going to be obviously better, but the high ping probability on that trick, you got to respect the courage to put one of those up on a steel.
Yeah. And really nobody's safe when DePriest is around, you know what I mean?
True. We got DePriest, we got Church House, a.k.a. Øynind.
He can be confident that he's got a good chance ahead in the semis.
Yeah.
He's feeling it.
Judges give him a 50.
Not as clean as the first. Way to lay one down on the first run.
And here's our current leader up next, True Smith. It's a Cinderella story. Came in from the VQS, got a podium last night in the Rail Jam. He's oozing confidence, sitting in that top spot with a 92. Looking to improve. What's he got to do?
I know it's going to be stepped up, and he's in the comfiest spot you can be in, and he kind of looks like the most comfortable rider so far. And he's, you know, a contest kid, so
yeah, and knowing that you got to move on and keep riding in another heat today, you got to wonder if he's gonna, I don't know, maybe
might be workshopping. He might be workshopping some stuff. Again, cab 2, 450 off, same as run 1, very, very clean.
Boom, kind of that Todio into the back sev. Coming into the hip. Going backside on this thing. Oh yeah, he's kind of just gonna. Yeah, I get that. You're in first place right now. You can kind of chill.
Front blunt.
He's got a long day ahead of him. You don't want to like bruise a heel on something silly on the hip or something. So you just keep it chill for run 2. Truth, having quite a Rockstar Energy Open already.
Oh
yeah. Day 2.
Yeah.
Kind of mailed it in a little bit on the second half of that run, but still, he stepped it up on the battleship rail with the nose slide to back lip 270. Again, last time he went to fakie, this time he does the 270 out. Just a good Canadian kid. That's all Truth is. Making his country proud.
I think, like you said, workshopping a little. He's like, oh, let me get the 270 out here. Maybe I'll take this into semifinals with me. Makes that 450 look so easy up top. Makes it look like a 270.
Judge is going to give him a 59.66. So our next 2 riders, Yuto and Øynind, are on the bubble. They need to step it up from run 1 right now in order to make it in.
Kind of the final countdown here. Last opportunity. You've worked this hard. You made your video. You got the votes. It all led to this. And these riders are on the outside right now looking in.
Well said, Stan.
Yep.
And Yuto last run didn't have a make, so needs a full pull here.
Yeah.
All right, regular footer drop in switch, half cab 50 back.
Oh, hate to see it.
Tasting the snow a little bit there. That will kind of be the end of Yuto Miyamura's run here at the Rockstar Open.
And you have days like that as a competitor where it's just not working and you just got to like put them behind you and head into the next event.
Again,
forget about it.
These riders are he's 20 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to find your sea legs out here in the contest scene, Dan. I'm sure a young Danny Davis.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, you have those days where it's just not working. I think everybody who's watching this can understand that. And Øynind, lay it down, baby. Come on. Give us a full pull.
He's clutch. He's got the tricks. He's probably one of the favorites in this VQS start list right now.
Yeah.
We know he can do it. He's on the outside looking in.
I mean, Norway has just a history of producing some of the biggest, most respected riders. And I think
favorites.
Yeah, totally. Mikkel Bang, you got Terrier, Mont.
Torstein.
Yeah. And so this is what you're looking at here is the next class. And that's what the Rockstar VQS is all about, really showing everyone at home and the industry, these are the people you've got to watch out for.
Well said. He's been referred to as the next Torstein. He's chasing Marcus Cleveland's.
Do you hear people say that there's a new Danny Davis ever? You ever get that one?
Big shoes he fills.
Yeah. I haven't heard that either. No.
Ooh, man, it's
coming
nuking
down.
now. It's like, really?
Yep.
Dealing with some conditions here. He's going to let this weather kind of just do its thing for a second.
He's got the tricks. Homework's done. He's just got to hand in the paper.
But this is the hardest spot to be in, where you haven't landed a first run. You're the last rider to drop. Everyone's kind of like, is he going to shake this, top 5 up? And really, there's nothing you can do. You just got to lay this thing down. Bit of a pressure cooker, though.
Winds howling. This is our second and final run. This is a big moment for Øynind right here.
I'd love to see him in the semifinal.
Oh, me too.
Because I know he's got the tricks to hang with all his idols.
And he is kind of coming from this contest world, and so that's obviously going to, be an advantage. You got some of these riders coming in who are a little bit more used to filming in the streets. There is a mental game that goes on when you're, in this position. There's a lot of pressure. Final run, it's coming down snow. All of a sudden, you got to make it happen. If there's one person who is prepared for such a situation, it's Øynind kirkhus.
100%. He's going to take his time with this one. Yeah, Yuto's sitting in 5th. Going to see if he can bump him off that spot. Make his way into the semifinals. He's sitting on the bubble right there. That's a stressful place to be for Yuto.
That is actually Yuto Miyamura that we're looking at right there. But that's, it's tough. We got 2 Yutos in the field, so.
Yep.
But nonetheless, being the bubble boy, as Yuto is, he's kind of sitting down there with the fingers crossed, not hoping, anything goes wrong, but you're kind of like, if he were to fall, it's,
I don't think Bubble Boy is really ever the nickname you're going for.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Second and final run. Øynind kirkhus dropping in.
Okay.
2-7 on. 2-7 off. 450.
450 off.
My bad.
Yep.
My bad, boys.
Boom, back 5.
Yeah. Oh, he's locked in.
Oh, he's feeling himself. Here we go.
Switchback 9.
Okay.
Heavy top section into the transition. What's he got, Dan?
Send it. Come on. Boom, big front 1.
God,
Stale is going to see cab 7 or hawk and flip here.
Okay.
Easy.
And here we go. The final moment for Øynind.
Front board
kick.
That's all.
Bolts. That's bolts.
That was clutch.
Come on, Øynind. Little sigh of relief.
That's
big
ice
hug for
water
truth.
pumping through the veins right there.
That feels good. I know right where he's at right now. Even if you don't make it into this top 5, you had to, you put one down.
Yeah.
You have to feel good about that.
Nobody wants to win practice. Starts off with a front 270 on, 450 off. Gets the confidence going early with that. I love the back 5.
Yeah, the dipped back 5, kind of corked, almost upside down into the switchback 9 with just precision. Look at this landing. Oh, beauty. Comes into the hip. Kind of a good selection. It's a spin on the hip, but it's it's kind of safe.
Yeah.
The wind howling.
But it sets you up, nice flow. He's coming in now, goofy footed, coming into this wall.
Looking like the next Danny Davis with that.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's one of those tricks that's there, that cab.
And it's got all the ingredients, right? The cab 7s for the transition dogs, the front board through the kinks for the street dogs, the back 5s for the slope style dogs. You can tell he's an ATV, which is what this contest is all about. Can you do it all? And Øynind says, yes. Yes, I can.
Storyboard stuff, really, Final run of the VQS. Everything we've kind of been built up to see, to look for, and Øynind delivers. Will it be enough to put him in that top 5?
I think it will. He took a gamble.
All right, we're waiting for
that
score to
450
come in.
out and that front board at the end.
That's going to put him in the top.
Okay.
Right now, top spot for Øynind. We're going to send it down to Alex Kokomo, who's going to have a word with Øynind.
Øynind, my gosh. So you were at the top of the drop in there. You had a little bit of a wait for a wind hold. Tell me how you were feeling before you were dropping in.
My legs were shaking, that's for sure. It's nerve-wracking standing up top there, waiting for the weather window, but I'm glad I took the chance when I did. Didn't stand there up longer, because that would have been terrifying.
That's incredible. You really put it down. Explain to us, what was your favorite feature throughout that whole entire run?
The hip. The snow got a bit slower, so I couldn't go as big as I wanted, but hopefully it got better so I can launch a bit more.
Incredible, bro. Proud of you. That was amazing. We're hyped to see you compete in the Open. Back to you in the booth. Thank you.
Øynind kirkhus puts us in the pressure cooker, puts it down for his second and final run, takes that top spot for the VQS Qualifier. It was a Cinderella story, folks. And with that being said, we're going to take a quick break after we take a look at these results. What do we got, Stan?
Well, Øynind kirkhus, as we know, just getting into that #1 spot. Right behind him, chomping at his heels, Truth Smith. And then 3rd place, Brooklyn DePriest. 4th, Tosh Krauskopf. And 5th, Luke Ferry. Those are going to be the 5 that are going to move on, facing off against some of the big dogs in the semifinals.
All right, that was one heck of a qualifier right there. Some big dogs made it into semis. And in just a few minutes, we're gonna come back, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we got more action coming at you from the Rockstar Energy Open. Women's semifinals is coming up at 11 o'clock local time. We'll be right back.